Day that passes without you on my mind. Not even 1 minute can end up before you come around. I yearn for the days.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another stream. Thursday night. We're in a couple of days away from the next deadline now. It feels like forever. Every time we have an international break and I start streaming on the Thursday, feels like I haven't done it for months, even though it's only been a week and a half. So the 2 weeks are nearly up. It is a Saturday deadline this week again, 11:30. Plenty to talk about. Jose Mourinho is now in charge. The music is also very loud. Let me know if the mic sounds okay, because I've been having a bit of trouble if you've watched the other videos. But yeah, Jose Mourinho is in charge of Spurs now, which seems a little bit ridiculous when it happened, how quickly it happened. But there we go. What else has happened? Salah might be injured, Robertson might be injured. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But we're going to jump in, I'll show you my team, we'll answer all the usual questions and stuff. But before we do that, the stream is sponsored by OneFootball. I reckon you've probably already tried it at this point. If you haven't, it is completely free. Let me click onto the right screen. Completely free app, iOS, Android. Search for OneFootball in the store or click the link in the description below. You can see on screen loads of football news, kind of all the things you want as an FPL manager, live scores and all that good stuff. So if you've not already tried it out and you've got a tablet phone, iOS or Android, search for OneFootball, just click the link in the description below, take you straight to it. You can download that, give it a go, and if it's not your cup of tea, you can always uninstall it, and if you love it, it's free, you can just keep on using it. So thanks to them for sponsoring. Check it out if you haven't already. Here is the team. This is the team. So, Salah, potential problem. We may be taking another hit this week. Probably not a -8 like last week. But maybe a -4. So, for anyone who watched the last stream or any of the videos, my plan has been, because I've got 2.1 million in the bank, Yarmolenko to a Leicester midfielder, so Maddison or Tielemans. I was kind of siding towards Tielemans, but I'm kind of coming back towards Maddison now. and I think that's a decision that I'll keep going back and forth between. So I kind of want to do that regardless. It's interesting though, maybe keeping Yarmolenko, hoping he plays against Spurs under Mourinho, but you've got to think that Mourinho will look to tighten Spurs up. Not that they've been awful this season, but we know that's something obviously he kind of favours quite highly. Even though I think calling him just a defensive manager is probably a bit harsh, actually. And the squad he's got for Spurs is probably better than the Man United squad that he had before. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens there. I don't think I want to keep Yarmolenko. I think the next 5 fixtures for Leicester are so good. I need to get on them. And then Salah. So there's reports coming out they hadn't trained, but to be honest, this was yesterday. No quotes, no 100% guarantees he hadn't trained. And today apparently he's trained, and there's reports saying he hasn't. So basically I'm waiting for Klopp tomorrow. I'm tempted just to do the hit Salah to Mane. Unless Klopp says he's trained, he's fully fit, ready to go for Palace, which I'm not sure he will. And the reason for that is Salah's had this ankle injury, and if it's still giving him problems now, do I want to be worrying about it again next week? And if we remind ourselves, Liverpool's fixtures are after Palace away, and you could potentially captain a Liverpool player this week. Brighton at home, captainable. Everton at home, maybe. But in Gameweek 15, Vardy has Watford at home. Bournemouth away and Watford at home then for Liverpool. So there's at least 3 of the next 4 fixtures that I kind of want to captain a Liverpool player. So I'm pretty tempted just to get in Mane. So that's my current plan. Maguire stays for another week. And he probably stays for Game Week 15 as well. Or Game Week 14 because he's got Aston Villa at home. Then he goes for lunchroom in Game Week 15. I have 2.1 million in the bank. If you have a Spurs player this week, is that a captaincy option? I don't know. My missus, for example, has got Kane. She was thinking about taking him out. And I was like, are you really going to take him out? Mourinho's just taken over. I'd be optimistic if I had Spurs players right now. I know the general feeling is, like I've already said, Mourinho is defensive manager. It's going to be boring to watch, etc. But I just think you have to see how if you've already owned them, how the new manager bounce, whether that happens. They've got some pretty nice fixtures between now and Christmas. And I think it could be good for Spurs. I know how good Pochettino is, and I'm not saying they should have sacked him, but they weren't doing great, and they haven't been doing great. Do they just need a refresh? Will a new manager just give some... the players shouldn't need that, but maybe it gives them a bit more of incentive to, I don't know, play better, try hard, or whatever it might be. But yeah, that's... I think if you've got Spurs players, would I captain them? I don't know about that. It's still an away game against West Ham. Could be a difficult one, but I'd be happy if I had them. Yeah, so the current plan is just to do Yarmolenko to Maddison. But if there's any doubts around Salah starting, I think I'm just going to take the hit. For the next 4 or 5 fixtures, I don't want to be worrying about Salah not starting or going off early. I just want a fit Liverpool player that I can captain. So that's why I'm thinking of taking the hit. If Klopp says he's trained, he's fine, I'll probably keep him. And this will be because I'm happy to captain Vardy this week. I feel like I can give Salah one more week just to look at him and see what I think. When is Ramba going to have me? When is Ramba going to have me on as a guest? When am I going to have Ramba on? Ali Eriksson will be a bandwagon depending on who gets to play the number 10. Potentially, yeah. Could see an Ali revival. I think, to be honest, the man that I'd be looking at is Son. Always Son. Obviously a bit more expensive, but yeah, there's no way Mourinho leaves him out. So it should be good, basically. Good option. As he usually is, it's just quite expensive. Is the Salah and Mane double up not an option for you now? Not really. I haven't actually checked, to be honest, because I didn't want to just look at price rises all through the international break. But the plan would have had to be De Bruyne to Mane. Yeah, so basically the problem is only having 6.4 to upgrade Yarmolenko. And it costed me 8 points. So I don't mind doing, not like one transfer this week. And then 2 next week, or 2 this week, 1 next week, whatever it might be. I just can't get Tielemans now doing it this way. So it has to be Perez or Barnes, and I'm not sure about that. I mean, I could just go elsewhere outside of Leicester, but I just like their fixtures. So that's kind of why Salah and Mane are off. When I kind of touted it before on the last stream, money was so tight and players have gone up and down in price basically. So I've kind of screwed myself a little bit there. What's up, Jazza? Is De Bruyne fixture proof? I don't know if anyone's really fixture proof, to be honest. Completely fixture proof. Harder games are hard, like for everyone, even Man City. Jose can manage an attacking fashion well. He did it at Real Porto. Yeah, exactly. The Man United squad was very average. This is what I'm saying. I think it's a bit harsh just to label him a defensive manager, and Spurs are going to be boring to watch. I got a feeling they probably will not. The Spurs have got a really good squad, like 3rd best squad in the league. I just think when you look at strength in depth, they probably beat Chelsea and Arsenal and Man United. Obviously not Man City, Liverpool. It's a decent team for Mourinho to come back into management before. And also it's a good chance for him to kind of prove everyone wrong. Got fired from Man United. What if he now goes and beats Man United in a couple of weeks? And then ultimately just smashes it this season, and Man United just falter under Solskjaer, and that might just show that maybe it's not the manager that's the problem with Man United. Must like to look at Brandon Williams if he keeps playing, but there's no guarantee because Young will be back. He only played the last game because Young was suspended. I mean, the obvious Spurs defender would be whoever plays right back. I don't see Mourinho necessarily using the fullbacks in the same way where they need to be rotated so much. And to be fair, there hasn't been that much rotation this season, especially because they're not playing like a back 3 all the time, where the fullbacks is so important for the attack. So Aurier, obviously 4.8 million. I know he's a little bit of a liability, but he's the cheapest one. Obviously Walker-Peters, if he gets the start, so I just don't see it happening, but 4.6 would be good. So yeah, I think I'd want to go for the cheap one. Obviously, yeah, Gazaniga, 4.5, decent as well. Decent option as well, I should say. What do I think of Lucas Digne? Against Norwich at home, differential captain. Look, definite differential, definite potential for a clean sheet and attacking returns, but what if he loses that clean sheet? What if Pookie scores? All what ifs, of course. But I don't know. Never captain a defender apart from Duffy in the double game week. That's my motto, always has been. Thoughts on Matt Doherty? So there is 3 polls, one of which includes him. So your Gameweek 13 captain, what to do with Salah? I know the Salah question is tricky because we don't know exactly what's happened with training and stuff, and we don't know what Klopp's going to say. And is Doherty worth a punt at 6 million? So I talked about Doherty on the best fixtures video I did. And look, he could provide really good returns over the next few weeks. So if you look at Wolves fixtures, Bournemouth away this week, Sheffield United and West Ham at home, both good fixtures for defensive returns potentially. And Brighton away, the only problem is you're paying 6 million for him. And that really puts me off. And obviously Bolly's injured as well. So I don't know if there's enough upside there. But attacking wise, he does look really good from a defensive point of view over the last few weeks. So yeah, is Bolly back? I don't think so. Let me have a look. I think he's out for a little while. Unknown return date. I don't mean he's going to be back this week. I think it's a long-term thing. So we'll have to see. But for me, 6 million is just nowhere near enough upside for Doherty. There's just so much value in defence. Trent Alexander-Arnold differential captain. I mean, it's the same as Dini. I mean, I'd probably be a little bit happier with Trent because Liverpool, just how attacking he is, like the best attacking defender in the league. Still a no for me. I just don't think so. Bolly is out for a few months. Yeah, that's what I thought. You've a 6 million defensive slot for Doherty. Okay, good for game week 18 too. So yeah, in game week 18 they have Norwich away. The thing is though, around that they've got Spurs at home. It's basically for the next 4. It's Bournemouth away, Sheffield United at home, West Ham at home, Brighton away. Decent. In fact, let me bring it up on screen. Let me bring it up on screen. It basically is okay, and then it's super ugly. So, game week 13 to 16, okay, it's fine. But then Spurs, Norwich away, Man City home, Liverpool away. I mean, that's pretty ugly. So I feel like you're bringing him in this week. If for an away game against Bournemouth, I wouldn't be massively confident about a clean sheet. And then you're banking on getting something for the next 3. And you're probably going to want to take him out again. So, oh, that did not work. So, it's a no from me. But if you want to punt on him, could be worse options over the next few weeks. Son in for De Bruyne. I would say no this week. I think De Bruyne home game against Chelsea could be decent. I mean, you could be getting ahead of the curve on Son, which is decent, or could be decent if it works out. But I would like I'd just like to even see one game to see how Mourinho. Here's the thing: I'd like to see how he sets Spurs up in general for their team, who to bring in. But to be fair, Son is going to play. There's no way he leaves Son out. So if you want to try and take a punt, get ahead of the curve, there's worse players to bring in than Son. Just not sure it should be for De Bruyne. Whether Aguero has to go this week or next week, I don't know. But longer term, I just think Aguero has to go. You just can't be sure he's going to play, and that's not good for a player that costs so much money. How's it going, Matt? Will Mourinho resurrect Kane, tell him to stay up front? You'd think so, yeah. Yeah. He's a bit like Lukaku, right? He's going to play Kane as an out-and-out striker. You'd imagine. Can Kane still do it? I mean, yeah, I'm sure he can. Don't think he's that awful just yet. So it does make him interesting, but he's still 11 million. It's still going to be tough to fit him in. But I'm kind of... I feel for Spurs fans because they absolutely loved Pochettino. I'm sure they didn't want him to go, and I'm sure Mourinho was not their prime candidate to take over. But from a non-Spurs fan, FPL manager, I'm pretty excited to see what happens. I mean, Mourinho is fun. It's good to have him back, I think. Even better that he's not managing Man United. But that's just my opinion. Stats Merchants on Twitter started that campaign. Stay well clear. Palace is a tough match for Trent and Liverpool. Yeah, so interestingly, Palace have not been doing that well defensively this season. But that is still a game where I just wouldn't necessarily... I think Mane's a good captain, but it's not absolutely must captain Mane or Salah in that game. It could be a really good Palace team that turns up. Lunchroom is must have. Yeah, you're not wrong. Well, if you notice on the super chats now, you can do super stickers. That's something YouTube have added. I'll tell you now, they look awful. Stick or twist can. Just talked about it. I think you have to stick. Stats on your Liverpool double up post international break. I mean, I like the defensive double up, but I probably wouldn't do it myself because I'm just happy with the cheaper defensive options I've got. And I think for attack, I still like it, Salah and Mane, but obviously if there's still these doubts over Salah, it might not be worth it. So I really like the fixtures and I'd like to triple up. I'm probably going to just double up now. And as I showed earlier, it is a bit more difficult for me to get Mane in for De Bruyne and get rid of Yarmolenko. So partly just my team, obviously situation, money, etc. But in general, I wouldn't want to be holding Salah if he's going to keep having... You don't want this headache every week for someone that costs 12.3 million, basically. Danny Ings in the next game week. I think they have some good fixtures coming up, right? Yeah, after this week, really nice actually for Southampton. Watford at home, Norwich at home, Newcastle away, West Ham at home, Villa away as well. So decent enough. Just wait and see for next week. I don't think you need to be worrying about Ings this week. Like, as in, don't be worrying this week about your transfers next week just yet. You're betting on Maguire's header. I'll take anything from Maguire. I'll take 3 points instead of 2. That'd be nice. Given the game week 18 blank, is it even advisable to triple up on it? I think the defender you can bench. I mean, you can bench all of them, right? If you've got playing defenders, playing midfield. I mean, everyone's going to be in the same situation. You could use one transfer to get rid of one, bench the other 2. You could save up 2 transfers, get rid of 2 and keep 1, just bench. I think given the fixtures before game week 18, I still think tripling up could be okay. And obviously it is just one game week and a lot of people will be in the same boat. So yeah, I think a triple up's okay. Even with that blank in game week 18. Be interested to see who played, how that goes though, because obviously it's quite a bit of travel. Like with all the game weeks in such a short space of time. Lots to talk about Brandon Williams. I mean, will he start? I don't know. My instinct is no. Basically. You have to get Leicester players out for game week 18 too. So Leicester, game week 18 Man City away, game week 19 Liverpool at home. If they're still in this form, 2 things. One, they're such good value, they're probably longer term holds. And after Man City, Liverpool, they got West Ham, Newcastle, although they are both away, which is a bit worrying. Southampton at home, Burnley away, West Ham at home. So pretty good fixtures. And also, if they're in this form, could they trouble Man City and Liverpool? You know, maybe for clean sheets, not fantastic. But could Vardy trouble them? Quite possibly. And I also think because of the dates they're happening, it's the 21st of December and the 26th of December. Bearing in mind there's games like 2 days later. Vardy he's going to play all those games. He's very unlikely he's going to get benched. If he does, it's going to be one game over that period. And I don't even see that if he's fully fit. So I think you just keep, to be honest. I don't think they're must sells against Man City, Liverpool, both of which not keeping many clean sheets this season. So I won't worry about Leicester too much. Everyone asking about Mount to Tielemans. Will you still be happy with it when Mount has wet? Yeah, at some point I've spoken about Mount this week, I think, on my team video, I think. So I get it, right? Man City away is not great for him. And I look at the returns recently, 3-5-1-3. So only 1 attack and return in the last 4, which is poor. Right? And to be fair, the fixtures haven't even been that bad. Newcastle, Burnley, Watford, Palace. But West Ham, like Matt says, West Ham and Villa after that. I'm basically giving him the next 3 games, probably, and then I'm going to decide. If he keeps blanking, if he doesn't look in good form, if he's not playing, more central, etc., then yeah, it could be time to get rid. But right now, not for me. But to be fair, Leicester fixtures are really good over the next 5, so I can see why people are looking at it. If Salah is out this weekend, should I swap him to Maddison and Trent or Maddison and Jimenez? Well, I mean, that's basically Trent versus Jimenez, which is an interesting decision. I guess it's like 3-4-3 or 4-4-3 or something. 4-4-3? No, 4-3-3. I guess I'd probably rather have the attacker, especially if you've got another Liverpool defender. Mount to Tielemans this week, Yarmolenko to Pulisic the next. Do I want Yarmolenko this week though? Will he start? He's been a very frustrating hold. It's not a bad shout though, Pulisic. I like the thinking. But again, it's an extra transfer to not have to take out a Chelsea player before two good fixtures. I know the way you do it. You're doing it. Sorry, is bypassing that Man City away fixture, but it also doesn't let me do Salah to Mane potentially next week for free. So I think I probably wouldn't do that. I like the thinking though, actually. Worth considering. You're out here giving advice, you've still got Pookie and Cantwell. Seen a few people with Pookie still. Hard to get rid of, I'd say. Before we go any further, I did want to give a shout out to the Patreons. No new Patreons this week, but the producers around supporting, as always, all on the screen. So thanks very much to them. If you want to sign up, the link is in the description below, just to give the channel a bit of extra support. There's a Slack channel, which has been a bit quiet over the international break, understandably, but picking up again now. So if you sign up to the $5 or above tier, you get that link straight away. And then in December, when the new league starts, there'll be a brand new league to compete in as well. So as long as you sign up by December 1st, So if you want to check that out, link is in the description below. Make sure you do. You can see what it's all about. If you've got any questions, send me a DM or an email or whatever it might be. And yes, there's only three polls, but make sure you go and vote on them. We'll do them later. Pulisic. Is it Sitch? I thought it was Sick. Pulisic. And also, because I know some people, not everyone, likes some of the more off-topic chat. So as soon as I finish this stream, I am going, a few minutes to set up probably, but I'm going on FPL Dave's Twitch stream. So I will link the channel when the stream finishes, and you can go and check that out after if you want. So look out for that. I'll finish this stream on time, won't do any off-topic stuff, and then that'll be more on his channel if you want to check it out. More important than points, how did I design my kit? I don't even know what I put, to be honest. To be honest, I probably just put any old rubbish. I haven't even designed my kit. There you go. Can I say happy birthday, Marlo? There you go, just did. As an ego worth a punt. I mean, I think he's a great option. Obviously, at some point you're going to have to take him out for Lloris, but right now he looks great, a great option, especially with Mourinho coming in. He pronounces it Pulisic, but because he's American, he completely ignores his Croatian heritage. It's Pulisic for those who want to pronounce it correctly. Okay, but if he says Pulisic, then I guess that's fine, right? If he says that's his name, and that's his name, I think that's fine. How do I feel about having 0 defensive assets from Sheffield United for their upcoming fixtures? Obviously, it's not even about their upcoming fixtures. It's about all their next few fixtures, because they're going to absolutely smash it. They're going to smash Man United, smash Wolves. I'm going to get Lundstrom in Gameweek 15 for sure. Maybe before, maybe, but definitely getting in. What about Pulisic? No one's talking about it. We've just been talking about how to pronounce his name, if that helps. He's wrong. I know, but it's his name, right? Anyway, whatever. He's wrong. It's fair enough. Sterling, best player on the pitch against Liverpool. Can you take him out? I mean, depends what you're going to do with the transfers, to be honest. I think, like, if anyone says to me they want to keep Sterling, even if someone says they want to captain Sterling this week, I'd be fine with it. Like, I wouldn't like try and talk him out with it. I don't think it's a bad option. But at the same time, I've got rid of him and I'm okay with it, just because I'm happy with who I brought in. So, yeah, I think, you know, people keep talking about Sterling's going to punish us, and maybe he will, but he also might not as well. And I'm happy with the points they got from Vardy and Jimenez last week, and hopefully they can keep that up as well. So Yeah, I think Sterling's an interesting one. I think he's it's a divisive one because obviously anyone that wants to keep him is going to say he's a great option. He's going to punish you shouldn't get rid of him. And anyone like me, who's removed him, will frame it more that it's okay to do it if that's what you want to do. But no one that has sold Sterling in recent weeks, I've said this a few times, nobody thinks he's just going to stop scoring points. He's going to get points. Is he going to get £12.1 million worth of points? We'll wait and see over the next few weeks. Is it worth it to have Van Dijk for the next few game weeks? I mean, Liverpool fixtures are good, so yes, the defender would be good, but obviously Robertson and Trent are the two you want. You could bank on Van Dijk getting some goals from corners, free kicks and stuff, but yeah, I don't think... Sorry, I think Liverpool defender, yes. I think Trent and Robertson, obviously, the better options. Sterling's only 12 million. Alright, he's a bargain. Nah, I'm only messing. I didn't even realise he dropped, to be honest. Would I start Mendy over Soyuncu if I had both? I mean, Mendy's an annoying one because you don't know if he's going to start. And he could come on and just get 1 point. And Soyuncu's done really well recently. And Brighton, I think, is a good fixture. I don't know. I really don't know about that. That's probably tougher than it should be. I'd want to start Mendy, but I mean, Chelsea been so good for goals this season. I'd probably go for Soyuncu just about. Robertson has been playing in pain for the last 3 weeks. Yeah, I mean, again, like Salah, Klopp's he's gonna give us news either way, right? What are the bench options considering Gameweek 18? Okay, obviously I don't know exactly what I will have done in the next 5 game weeks, but I'm looking at my defenders now, right, to see. So I'd have Lundstrom in, right? So in game week 18, he has Brighton away, so I could play him there. Tomori has Spurs away, so that is tricky. And Leicester have Man City away. So my defenders, to be fair, not got the greatest fixtures. Diop would hopefully be someone else at that point. So you could play Diop, Lundstrom, whoever's Diop replaced. Whoever the replacement is for Diop, plus Lundstrom. Jesus Christ, plus Lundstrom, and then plus, I don't know, Tomori against Spurs probably, and just hope for the best. But yeah, I don't know what I'll do with my transfers up until that point at this stage. Yeah, I do remember the City game last year. I don't think Chelsea are going to lose 6-0 again. Maybe they will, but I just don't see it. I think Chelsea have actually done okay defensively this season. Obviously, Kante back is good too. And you know, it's like you can frame it that way that, and I've said it myself, that City need a big result against Chelsea. But the thing is, they don't need a big result. They just need a result. So will they tighten up a bit? Will they try and tighten up a bit? Do they have that opportunity to tighten up a bit with the defence they've got? You know, will he just... I mean, I know Pep is not a manager that likes to just play for 1-0 wins, and I'm not saying that's what he'll do, but will he a bit more kind of restrictive in his play once they're like 1 or 2-0 up, maybe? Like, will they... Because they're going to get a bit nervous now. 9 points already. If they cock up again, it's 12 points. And that's a massive gap. What about big man Bobby for Liverpool double up? It's not a bad option. He's not been scoring too many points recently, though. Now, that's not to obviously say that he can't go on and score points. But you've got to get him at the right time. And this is the goodest time as any to punt on him. But again, he's 9.5 million-ish, whatever he is at this point, which is close to Vardy's price. It's close to Son's price. I don't know if he'd be the one I'd spend that money on. But that's just me. Really hope Maguire comes in for me this week. I really hope so as well. I can't deal with another week of comments about Maguire. People not talking enough about Arsenal strikers with their upcoming fixtures. Did you know Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has had 3 shots inside the box in the last 4 weeks? 3. What happened? Lacazette, to be fair, has had about 11, I think. So, is Southampton at home? They could turn it on. They have good fixtures, so let's remind ourselves. Arsenal's fixtures are Southampton at home, decent. Norwich away, decent. Brighton at home, decent. West Ham away, decent. So next 4 are good. But let's also remember, Aubameyang is now playing more wide because of Lacazette. He's also 11 million. Lacazette is 9.3 million. So they're very expensive. I think that's why Arsenal players are not being talked about, basically. But again, and I think this week is one of those weeks where you can make a case for so many different captains. If someone had Aubameyang captain or Lacazette captain, it's fine. Wouldn't be too worried about it. Tielemans in for Mount. Yeah, so you bought Mount at 6.8, so okay. Yeah, kind of, I think you said before that you don't have anything else to do. So Tielemans in for Mount, I don't think is the worst option. Over the next 3 fixtures, Tielemans is just as good as Mount. But if you can get past the Man City game, I think it's West Ham and Villa. West Ham and Villa are at home. Like, it's good fixtures for Mount. So it depends what else. If you've got nothing to do in 2 free transfers, maybe. But otherwise I wouldn't necessarily do it myself. What's this bullshit thing you're linking? Is this each team's fixtures ranked so far and how difficult their fixtures are for the rest of the season? Chelsea 3rd. Not bad. Oh, West Ham got the worst fixtures for the remaining part of the season. Yeah, see, Loftus-Cheek, he's going to just be another headache, I think. Because I think he's like, out of all the young players, and obviously things have changed since he last played, because Lampard's come in and all the young players have done pretty decently. But you'd think if everyone was fit at the start of the season, he would have been one of the first names on the team sheet, probably. So it's going to be tricky to see where he and Mount fit in. But Mount is like, he just seems like such a favourite of Lampard's. I just don't see him missing out either. So, I don't know. Will they play like 4-2-3-1 and play Loftus-Cheek and Kante in the 2? I mean, that seems unlikely because that means you have to leave Jorginho out. So, my honest answer is, I have no idea how Chelsea will line up when he's fit. Even if they play a 4-3-3, he's not going to want to sit deep. He's going to want to get forward. So's Mount. And again, it's just one space for the likes of Jorginho and Kante. So, yeah, it's tough. But hopefully Mount will play the next 3 and then we'll worry about it. Pulisic, confirmed both ways are correct. The funny thing is, just to come back to this, I think I was saying Pulisic at first, and then I got corrected on stream to Pulisic, so then I changed to Pulisic, and now I'm being told it's the other way. The life of a stream, man, it's so hard. Strength in depth, unlike United. Hey, if Maguire gets injured, we have Rojo, alright? If Andreas Pereira, who definitely should be first choice, is a first choice top 6 player, we've got Lingard, so I don't know what you're on about. If Daniel James gets injured, we'll somehow get Sanchez back. Double Sheffield United defence. Look, Gameweek 15, total goer. I can do Doherty though, you know? Not Doherty. Doherty. Can't Can't do the accent now, I'm afraid. Ash, that is so true. Is Traore a good differential? What do people think of Traore, right? Adama, Traore. Now, back in the day, a few seasons ago maybe, was he at Middlesbrough at some point? He's just a player that I always used to think can just run and run and run and run and run a bit more and then run a little bit more, and then that was it. No real end product. I think he has improved, but I think he was so far behind to start with that he's improved and is still not great, basically. So he's very cheap, and like we've already discussed, Wolves fixtures are quite good, so if that's the kind of price you have to spend, but he's not for me, I don't think. Although he's still running as I speak. He's quick, so he will cause defenses problems, and I think sometimes having a player like that will almost bring in other players because he'll create space for them. Not for me. It's not for me. Champions League pace, Championship and ball. Yeah, fair enough. Kieran Reddy, thanks very much. No worries. Glad you could catch us live. Every Thursday at 9 o'clock UK. Every Sunday mostly 9 o'clock UK. Sometimes changes to Monday, but we don't know. Not always. Mostly Sunday. All right, I'm going to do the polls in a minute. I'm going to start wrapping up in a bit. So if you haven't already voted, I'll give you a couple more minutes. Then we'll get them done. Traore is a bit like that, to be honest. Pacey, like the Pacey Newcastle player. You're talking about Atsu. If you're talking about Atsu, we're done. Exactly, he's more expensive than Dendoncker. So if Dendoncker was 5.2 million, I wouldn't own him either, to be honest. What's in the bank post moves? So let's say I don't do the Mane one. So Yarmolenko, Maddison, probably, maybe Tielemans. 0.5 in the bank with Maddison. Obviously 1.3 with Tielemans. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I will say Maximin. Yeah, fair enough. You're in India. Yeah, fair enough. I would love to switch my stream times up, but being consistent is very handy for people to know when I'm streaming. And at the end of the day, it has to fit in with life, and 9 PM on a weekday or a weeknight or a night is handy for me. Yeah, Gaurav, that's a good idea. I need to get better at doing that. Would you not? Oh, would I not field a keeper if I had Henderson? Probably, to be honest. Each team is going to be different. How many transfers do you have? If you have 2 transfers, nothing to do, then maybe you could transfer a goalkeeper. But, like, unless they get a penalty save or a bunch of saves, which is it's probably not that high of a chance of happening. Like betting on it for one game week, the keeper's ceiling is so low. If a transfer's worth 4 points, how much is the goalkeeper going to get? Probably 6 at most. Probably wouldn't do it. I would probably just go without a keeper if you've kind of set yourself up like that. All right, I'm going to do the polls. Come on. Gym's been going well. Been doing exercise every day for 3 weeks now. Gym tomorrow. I had to put it off today. But did some walking, so all good. Okay, polls. Gameweek 13 captain. Vardy is smashing it. So this is your Gameweek 13 captain, not necessarily who you think is the best. Vardy 45%, so quite a way out in front. Obviously so popular because he's been doing so well recently. Mane 21%, only 13% for Sterling, only 2% for Salah, and 17% on somebody else. What to do with Salah? 39% time to sell, get rid, had enough. 37% say keep, but only if confirmed fit, and 22% saying keep whatever happens. And is Doherty worth a punt at 6 million? 82% say no. I knew it would be no, but that is quite high. So if you're looking at Doherty, maybe not the best time to do it. I'm going to leave it there. But before you go, a few things. One, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when all the videos go live. I'm not all over Martial because I'm probably just going to go... Because Man United's fixtures aren't great for the next 4, basically. I might get him in for Maddison after those fixtures. 2, like the stream if you haven't already. Much appreciated. And 3, I don't think... Is Dave still here? Basically, I'm going to go on FPL Dave's live stream on Twitch. So if you want a bit more... of me and him and FPL, it's going to be more off-topic stuff, I think. Like kind of get to know you type thing. Then come and watch. Give him a follow and all that good stuff. So that's his Twitter account if you want to follow him. Just put that in. Just a few. Oh, sugar. So if you want to click on that, follow him on Twitter. He'll put the link out for the stream soon. I have to go and sign up on Skype. I have to go and follow him on Skype. So we won't be live like instantly because we just have to quickly set it up. But it should just be him calling me on Skype. I'm going to go and get a drink first. But if you follow me on Twitter, I'll retweet it when it goes up. So yeah, if you want a bit more chat, a bit more chilled, some FPL, some non-FPL, just it's going to be stuff. Let me check the message he sent me, all right? So you know, even though he's in the chat. What are we going to talk about? I don't want to spoil it. How I got started in FPL, favourite season, joined the Scoutcast, Pro Pundit stuff, YouTube channel, recent weight loss workouts, this season's start, the hack, chat, my team and next steps. So that kind of thing. So if you want to tune in, go and check on Twitter, follow him and all that good stuff. Otherwise, like, comment, share, subscribe. I am off. Thanks for watching. Good luck this week. There won't be a deadline stream 100% because I'm going to get drunk tomorrow. Drink responsibly. I will see you on... There's a Monday game. But there's only one game on Sunday. Sheffield United versus Man United. Anyway, there's a game on Monday. It's Aston Villa versus Newcastle. I'm going to stream on Sunday. I will see you then. Cheers, everyone.